Hi and welcome. We are now going to review the psychology assignment. Now you will find, hopefully you will find, in your Blackboard shell, on the left hand side where you get to your weekly learnings or how to contact Steve, just below that there should be a group name for you. Now if you've got your textbook, and please make sure you do, you will find that those group labels are topics in our course this semester. Now it's important to note that you're not in a group. I just group people according to topics. So now you have to individually and independently create your own assignment from that topic. So let's say your topic is sensation and perception. So your job is to independently and by yourself come up with a topic out of that chapter. Now you may want to thumb through the chapter, see what's in there, pick something that interests you, formulate a question. Maybe, do we all see the world in the same way? Maybe there was something in that chapter that made you wonder, do we all see things exactly the same? And maybe we do, and maybe part of you says, well, of course we must, because we go to the same store, we've got to see the same thing. And yet how come when I have an argument or a dialogue with somebody, sometimes it doesn't appear we agree, and yet we were both there? So it might be an interesting topic. So what I want you to do is to come up with a topic, use the Georgian Library to resource that question, find some answers. Now, don't presume you know the answer right off the get-go. This is a research project, so find two pieces of research using the Georgian Library. You'll see the link in your assignment. I've also made a video on using the Georgian Library, and in it I direct you to a video that they've made that will help you there as well. Now what's really important, because of COVID and we are all remote right now, you'll need to ensure that you have a remote PIN. That is, to use the library from your home or outside the college, you need a PIN number. That's your user number to access the library from off-site. Without it, you can't use the library site. So make sure you contact, and that's in their video as well. So you're going to use the video, get two pieces of research. What you'll notice is that when you select something that you are interested in using, on the left-hand side of the library site will be download as a PDF. I want you to attach your PDF research in your assignment folder in Blackboard, as well as your script that you're going to make, and as well as the video URL. And I'll tell you about that. And I've made a video on how to do that. So what you're going to do by the November 27th, 5 p.m., that's week 10, is that you're going to have this assignment ready and completed. Now I'm recommending that you use Screencast-O-Matic. Now it's not the only screen recorder out there, but it is free, and it does give you enough time to make a video for the length that I want for this assignment. Okay? So you're going to find that video on how to use Screencast-O-Matic, and I hope when you watch it you find that it's fairly straightforward. A lot of people who didn't think they could make a video, when they saw how easy it was to use Screencast-O-Matic, they were surprised. Now there will be a caveat to this. Watch the video that I make, because I walk through very clearly how to set up an account, and therefore when you make your video, it will automatically, when you say publish, go up to and live in the Screencast-O-Matic account location that you've created. When you go there, you can get the URL in the same way that if you share a YouTube video, you can get that URL that you can copy and paste in an email and send off to somebody. Screencast-O-Matic does the same thing, and I only want you to post the URL. It's small, doesn't take up a lot of space, and that if everybody posts an MP4, it takes up a lot of space, and some people can't get their video posted. So please do not post MP3s or MP4s. Only post your URL. Now what I've done is in page 3, you'll find that I've done a lot of sort of breaking down the task. What needs to be done? When does it need to be done by? I've gone by step-by-step instructions, so please read them. If you've got questions, I'm more than happy to answer them, but it's helpful for me that if you've read the document, then you can pinpoint for me what you didn't understand, and I can be a much more support to you. I don't want you to email me, please, and say, explain the assignment to me. Read it and watch the videos, then ask me the questions and I can be better helpful. So go through those steps. I re-emphasize that you can use PowerPoint, Keynote, Prezi, any of these presentation softwares. Don't use a lot of words. I don't want you to have print all through it. Use graphics, use pictures, use graphs. Very limited amount of words. A word, a small phrase, even a sentence is adequate per slide, but anything more than that is overkill on the writing. I want you to be able to write a script about what your research says. Here's my question. Does everybody see the world in the same way? I found these 2 pieces of research. This piece of research went on to talk about and tell what the authors say. No opinion here. This is research. So just say what the researchers have said, because the research is going to help answer your question. 2 pieces of research doesn't prove anything. So please, when you speak in your video, make sure you're just alluding to that the research tends to support this sort of position in this question or this position. 2 pieces isn't proving anything, okay? So introduce your topic. Present a summary of your findings, no opinion. What are the implications for your future with this information? Now that you've come up with some sort of an answer about why people may or may not see the world in the same way, how does this impact your career? If you're in nursing, does it impact the way you interact with a patient or a coworker? If you're in Marine, or if you're in early childhood education or police foundations, how might knowing that maybe everybody does or does not see things the same way impact your career? And then lastly, put in the last slide an APA reference of your documents, of your research. Now, what gets handed in? I want a written script that you've used to make your video. So you need to think about how you're organizing your material. It's just a written document saved as a PDF. I want the video to be between 10 and 15 minutes. So if it's less than 10 minutes, marks won't be earned. If it's more than 15 minutes, marks won't be earned. So please, you may have to make a video more than once, or practice your script to get an idea how long it will take you. So 10 to 15 minutes using Screencast-O-Matic. Now, some people have made their videos using some other software and have put them into YouTube and have given me a YouTube URL. That's perfectly acceptable. So I want the 10 to 15 minute video, your script of that video in a PDF, and your 2 pieces of research as a PDF. So you're posting 4 things in your assignment journal. Now the last page shows you the marking scheme, and you can see there's a fair bit of mark given towards your ability to do your best you can with making it multimedia based. So the more you've put pictures in, so this requires you to not leave it to the last minute. 2 reasons. 1, you need to gather some of your pictures. You need to go search for what you're going to use. And 2, you don't want to leave it to the last minute to try using Screencast-O-Matic to find that maybe there's a few little hiccups that you didn't think about. You don't want to leave it to the last minute. I'm not very helpful when 2 days before the due date, you're just first trying Screencast-O-Matic and you're having difficulties. There may not be as much I can do with that time frame. So please, put some time and effort into it at the beginning. Try to gather some information while you're doing your research so that when you put this together, you can put together something that you can be pleased with. It doesn't have to be anything like my videos. I've done this a while and I've made videos for a while, so I may be used to doing some of the workflow, but you do the best you can. I'm not judging you against what I do. Summarizing the material is equal amount of weight. So make sure you do a complete summary. I will read all the research. One, I find it very interesting. I love research. Sorry. But it also helps me determine whether you use the research adequately for your piece of work. And the rest of it is here. You'll find how the marks are delivered in the syllabus, in your assignment. So my experience has been that when I look at the videos and read the scripts and read the research, 80%, 85% of people doing this assignment do it really well. I've been very impressed. And I think as long as you're able to do PowerPoints, you can make a video. All right? Even if you're not good, in your view, in doing PowerPoints, keep it to graphics. Keep an interesting familiarity with your script so you don't just write it and then read it for the first time while you're doing your video. It'll come through in your video. I have to read my script several times just to have a certain amount of familiarity and content, and sometimes I'll even use the teleprompter so I can read my script, and then that I have to do a few times so it doesn't sound like I'm reading. Okay, so I hope you find interest in this. If by chance, and this is why it's important that you don't, if you watch a video, watch it through to the end, because I'm stating here, if you do not see your name or a group name in your Blackboard shell, you may have gotten in a little late and I didn't see your name and I missed you. I want to know in the first couple of weeks so I can add you and not hold you back from doing your assignment. So please check. If you don't see it, the other option you can do is in Blackboard, and I'll do this in the video that welcomes you to Blackboard and to the course. You'll see it there. But on that left-hand side where all those buttons are, one of them is Tools. If you click on Tools, of the things that are available to you, one of them, if you scroll down, is Groups. If you click on Groups, you'll see your group there. Okay, I hope this is helpful. I look forward to your assignments. If you've got questions, please ensure you've read this document first and watched this video, and then I'll be happy to answer those questions that you have. All right, everybody. Good luck.